Just happened to look over. It's 1:11. I didn't even know. Look, I can't sleep. I've actually been experiencing this for like 2 nights. Oh, excuse me. So I'm just sitting here. I came downstairs. This is the first time I come downstairs. Most of the time I just stay in my bed. And remember, I get in bed and I do not get out. But today I decided to come down here, try something different. I said I wanted to come down here because weird shit happens, but I took all the decorations down and stuff, so I think it'll be all right. Hopefully. Oh my gosh. Okay, so excuse me. Um, I had thought and didn't realize that fire card. Somebody started a fire. Okay, last reading, fire came out. Somebody started a fire. It's like the third time I've said something about arson or fire. It's supposed to be a slang term, but that's what it is. That's what it is. It's not just about it being the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands. See, because the last time I mentioned it, it was a Knight of Wands, and then the time after that, I think it was a Page of Wands. Something about an arson, because I was like, oh, this is a fire starter. They know about a fire, but anyway, yeah, that was bothering me a lot. So I had to come here and tell you, and I guess I'll give you an update on some things like um, Aaron took a test, and Aaron is school ready. So a couple months ago in my personal Q&A, asked me what my goals are. I said I had a goal of getting Aaron school ready. Aaron is school ready. He has like 3 things he needs to work on. But if I lay in on that and just like kind of, I can pull back a little bit. Oh, see, this is the type of shit. As soon as I get on camera, I start yawning, so that's good. But anyway, now I can kind of pull back on some of the stuff that he does on a day to day and work, put more focus. Are you still there? Can you hear me? My phone died for two. Oh, it said it was dying. I don't even know when it decided. I don't know where I left off. So let me think. I said Aaron took a test because I don't know. I wasn't looking at my phone. So Aaron took a test. He's doing well on his test. Or he did well on his test. He is officially school ready. He has a few things that technically he would learn in school too. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some focus on those things, um, and kind of pull back. I'll keep, I don't, if you don't work on things, then, he wouldn't, you don't want him to forget it. So I'm going to still work on it, but I'm going to pull back and focus on my body. I obviously, I don't know if, well, it's not obvious, but I've been really tired. And a couple nights it's been like this where it's like late at night and I don't go to sleep. So then obviously I can't get up at 5. But then when I do get up, it's right into our regimen. So when there's changes needed, you make the adjustment. Like I said, he's doing well. So we'll probably, I haven't really decided yet. I spent a lot of time thinking, but the thing is, when I think a lot, the the plan goes smoother and quicker, right? So if I say I spent a whole year laying around really, but in a matter of just a few short months, Aaron is above ready for school. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought like for a really long time a clear course of action. Honestly, it's kind of like working out. You know what I'm saying? Like they say diet is 80% of it, 20% of it is working out. Well, that's how it is when you manifest and stuff. 80% of it is thinking on it, creating the plan, all that stuff. And then only 20% of it is the action itself. So it seems like I think a lot and I ponder a lot. But as you see, it really works out for me. And there's some things that I've considered when it comes to like the dieting thing. I mentioned that I might be doing the fasting thing, but when I sat and I thought on that more, um, again, and I had already said it, but then I found another option. I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy. Fasting has a level of health to it, okay? But the intermittent fasting, the the alternate day fasting, that's not that kind of fasting, okay? Um, I want to be healthy and I want to reach my body goals being healthy. I do not want to be on alternate day fasting. I do not want to be on intermittent fasting. I just want to achieve a body by eating a normal diet of 2,000 calories a day. The daily recommended, all right? And it's not even really daily recommended. It's 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 about what feels good to you and what your body needs. And here's what I noted. When I fast, when I eat a small portion and then I go work out, I immediately feel as if I need to eat. That means I need to eat, period. Uh, so restricting that because I want a certain type of body is not in my best interest. Therefore, I would be ignoring a need of my body, and my body runs and my mind runs, you know, when it's properly nourished. These are one of that's one of those things, okay? First tier is literally food, right? So when the mind starts malfunctioning is when the soul does not act properly. Okay? So I cannot restrict myself from food. If I restrict myself from food, my mind does not work properly. It will not respond to the soul. Like I'm almost about to cry about it because the relationship with food and the relationship with my body and all those things, the um the root of that for me, has to do with my father. I've mentioned it before, but never really in detail. But I started dating, and there was one particular relationship where I ate a lot. It's actually two, and it's happened both times. I ate a lot. Commonly, they say that's when you're happy, and to some extent, I was, but I began. It was a quick downward spiral, but I notably put on some pounds, and my father sat me down and told me that I was gaining weight. And before this, I didn't really restrict food or anything like that. I didn't really do, I had a naturally athletic body. Um, the only reason that the corset came into play was because I had a baby. Uh, but the shape that I have, I'm ultimately restoring shape. I'm not creating one. You know, that's how I've been shaped my whole life. So I had a curvy and athletic body. Like I had a little. It wasn't a six pack, but I had a flat stomach. And I remember him like noting that I had gained weight, and like I immediately went to the store and like bought a whole bunch of yogurts. And like lived off of yogurt for a little bit, right? And so that trend has repeated itself often. I'm only living off Red Bull. I'm only living off of, Reese's. I'm only living off of like weird fucking shit, but my body stays a certain way. even when I'm a little bit bigger, you know, you know. So I know where that comes from, and I really just want to live healthy. I want to be eating 2,000 calories or whatever the max is that where I feel full. Pretty much what I'm doing is I just eat until I feel full, and I try to make it the healthiest food possible. And ultimately, it took a really long time to even just get up to 2,000 calories. And it's like amazing to me that I've lived that way for so long. Then there was the added effect of having two children and no income really, and like then you're starving because you're sacrificing. There's so many different ways that food restriction has presented itself to me, whether it be dieting or literally not having the means to eat. Like either way, this has been a very prolonged course of my life, and so I've sat and I've thought maybe for 2 weeks about the fasting thing. Okay, it's been almost exactly 2 weeks because the thought actually came prior to taking Aaron to the doctor. So I've thought on it and I've decided that that's not something I'm going to do. And it kind of discouraged me at first because there's a few things that that means. That means the results that I'm looking for, I'm not going to see. You know, fasting, restricting calories, all of that stuff gets you fast results. But one thing I can tell you for sure is that I've never been able to maintain for a very long period of time under the restrictions. You know what I'm saying? So it's a case of, I forget there was an idiom, but I forgot it. Slow and steady wins the race. Of course, the race is not against anyone. It's just if I want to have like long term health, I want to do it in a healthy way. Long term health does not include intermittent fasting, alternate day fasting, food restriction. Now, there is a difference between maybe doing a monthly cleanse where I don't eat for 3 days, and cleanse my system or something like that. But outside of that, there is no restrictions outside of just living healthy and eating until I'm full, you know, and making sure I work out. So, since I've been struggling to get up at 5, um, what I'm going to do since Aaron is school ready is we're going to take down the amount of tasks that he does in a day in order to include my time for myself. Um, I'm enjoying long ass showers until the water is cold. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff that I need for me, which is self care. You know, and I've never been like you've seen me. 99% of the time, my nails are filed, my hair is done to some extent. Like I take care of myself, but um, I think the only thing that would get me into the type of shape I'm looking for while eating this way is going to be just working out a lot, you know? Um, and I can do it. I just, I'm gonna have to shave some time down. Waking up at 5 and working out is just not in my plans. I tried it. I tried. I worked on it. It's not happening. And that goal for Aaron to be school ready is obtained. I know like I'm going on and on and on, but I just sometimes I find it interesting to let you into how my thought processes work. Let you into some, deeper. I mean, I've talked about trauma all the time, but when I'm coming to a finite decision, I'm coming to a finite decision about how I plan to tackle my weight. So I started with telling you where this came from and what my goal is. Like this is literally how I've been thinking and what has been running on my mind and how am I going to do this and that and the other. So it seems like I've been talking about it for 15 minutes, but just imagine like this is the culmination of when I had the time thinking about it on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? to come to the finite conclusion. I don't want to do this because I remember where this started. I want to do this because this is my goal. I also want to do this because I understand that not doing this will cause me to have an issue with my soul. Uh, um, and then the execution. How am I going to execute this? Well, this goal over here has been met. So I can actually put less time into this now. I put a lot of time into this. Now I can put less time into this and put more time over here. That's how my thought process goes. And sometimes it seems like it takes a lot of time, but that's because, first of all, the only time I have to think is right now. Okay? Aaron gets in the bed at the same time I do. But he doesn't go to bed for at least an hour. He doesn't go to sleep. I hear him in there humming to himself, playing with things around in his bed. He has tons of plush toys and he has these little action figures he's been sleeping with lately. So he'll lull himself, and during that whole time, I'm awake listening to him. Most of the time, I do not fall asleep before he does. So then, while I'm waiting for him, I might be doing other things in my bed, on the phone, whatever. And then I finally get to think, what am I going to do? When I do the meditation, ultimately I'm just breathing, letting some of these thoughts come to mind too, right? Then I get up, I make breakfast, I'm singing, I'm listening to music, we're listening to Coco Melon for fucking 5 hours a day. All these things happening around me until I have this silence to really think about it. Um, but like I said, meditation is not the time to be judging anything. It's when everything is quiet, you've gone through the day. That's when you get to really judge something. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I thought about for the last couple weeks. And especially, so like I said, I was thinking about it before I took Aaron to the doctor. So last Monday, it would have been like the first week. So Monday of this week would have been the second week. And like I said, I stopped working out after Monday because I felt discouraged about my weight. There's a moment of silence there because it's such a big fucking number. There's no fucking excuse for this shit. I cannot believe it's large. But it's kind of funny because I was going through videos trying to see if I had anything. Um, I post videos from back in the day, so I was wondering to myself if I had anything, and I caught myself saying the same shit. I be saying this shit all the time. It's okay, I'm big. It's good to sculpt. I say it all the time. When I get a little heavier than I want to be, it's okay. I can sculpt it, and I got it. But it seems so daunting because it's not going to be done in the quick way. It's going to be done in like this long, fucking vigorous way, and I'm just like, So now I have to re-motivate myself because the number is big. What I'm choosing to do is different. It's like all this fucking. It's almost overwhelming, but I do have a clear and concise plan now on it and everything. Yeah, so that's all. I don't have anything else to say. This is a very random, I can't sleep, but I'm just talking about the first thing that came to mind, what was really on my mind, and I'm about to go because I can't turn my heater off. It's cold today.